Oh, it's working. Hello, YouTube. Good morning, everyone. I'm here for one more immersion 6 a.m. I think it's great for me because it's the moment that I will be practicing the English in this platform. So talk. I will talk. I will I will talk how work how works platform talk platform. It's a conversation platform. It's possible you practice English, French, Spanish, and Italian. Maybe in the future, it's possible to practice Mandarin and Germany, I think. And I'm here with Yanka and Belle. And today we'll talk about urban exodus, the trend of a family moving from the urban center to rural areas. So, can you introduce yourself, Yanka, please?
Yeah. Uh,
So maybe Yanka was a problem. Belle, can you introduce yourself, please?
Of course, morning guys. So I'm Bel. I'm from Fortaleza. I live in Salvador nowadays. And I work like a bus controller. I'm here in Turkey since last year. Yeah, at the beginning. And I'm 29.
So thank
Yes,
you, Belle.
I'm back.
Yanka, can you introduce yourself, please?
yeah, I'm sorry.
No
My
problem.
name is Ianca. I am a demographer. So I am familiar with this theme about rural and urban places. I'm doing my PhD in demography, and I want to learn more English to take a test next year.
So nice. I think you helping us a lot with this subject, no?
Yeah, we have a smart about the topic because for me it's like it's a challenge because I don't know a lot about that. It's just thinking or suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, the hypothesis. I think only this. I'm not sure why the movement to help happen, but it's okay. Let's go to start. I put again the question for Yanka. One to here. All right, let's go. Yanka, can you read the number and answer the question, please?
Yeah. What factors do you think are driving families to consider relocate from urban areas to rural settings? Um, I answer now or
Yeah, please.
okay. To me, some years ago, maybe in 80s, I think it's before, maybe in 60s to 80s, maybe, we saw a movement to the rural areas, from the rural areas to the urban areas. And now I think the urban areas are so crowded of people. It's so difficult to make to make the, I don't know, to se locomover into this area, the urban area. The urban area is so crowded that now I am seeing some people going back to the rural areas looking for life quality, life quality of air, of transit, and making this migration every day. So going out from the urban area for the rural area just to work, but living in the rural area because of the life quality, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a good factor, no? Because here in the city, it's downtown, maybe it's crazy. Everybody crazy. And they crawl a lot of people. So it's terrible. And your opinion, Belle?
Yeah, of course. I totally agree with you and Bianca. And but by the way, yesterday I listened a podcast about that. It's not about that, but it's about economical situation. And nowadays it's a new lifestyle return for the rural areas because it's so expensive to live in the downtown. The apartment or the house are so small, so it's like don't have any quality of life, like Bianca said. So sometimes it's possible to use the internet in rural area. So it's possible to live and work, yeah, have more space. And I think it's like a new lifestyle. Yeah, it's good for our health, and I think it's a trend for the future because we don't have more space, for example, in São Paulo to live. It's so expensive to live in a small apartment, yeah, and don't have any quality of life. It's like just to sleep. And for example, I listen in the podcast, that example, in Japan, I think it's Japan, there is a apartment with 9 meters quadrados. For example, it's so small to live. It's really small, and in the future maybe that will happen. And I think the persons just will work in the small town and go to for your home in the rural area. And yeah, I think it's a new lifestyle. And for me, in the future, I think I want to live in the rural area. Yeah, like in the countryside and just stay with my dogs and with my family, make my food. It's for me, it's a lifestyle. It's for us, for our health. Yeah.
Yeah, and for you, Yanka, do you want in the future to move from um the the urban area to rural?
I grew up in the rural area. Now I am living in Campinas. It's a countryside of São Paulo, but it's a big city yet. Yeah, but I would like to live in the countryside, maybe in the rural area, because of the quality of life, the life quality, and because I miss so much the nature and the silence and things like that, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I wanted to move to the rural area because I love here. I live. I'm forgot to present myself, but I live in Brasilia, so I love the city. I think it's calm place. For me, it's not a crazy place to all the time. Here, of course, we have the a lot of traffic, but I live close to my work, so I think it's so nice. I work my work it's hybrid, so it's possible I go only twice for two week, and I think it's so good for me. I in this moment I'm not intend to move for rural. That's it. Rosalia, can you hear me? Can you listen me? No? Let me see here. So I will continue without you. Sorry. Belle, can you listen? Can you read the number two, please?
Yeah, of course. So, how do you envision the lifestyle change for families making this move? Yeah, I answered the first question, but I don't see that second question. And I think that's it involves a lifestyle. Yeah. So how do you envision the lifestyle change? Yeah, I think it's not move for it's like it's a cycle. Yeah. I think the lifestyle will change because the family will move for a rural area or countryside. I think it's similar, yeah, countryside and rural area, but yeah, will change a lot. We need that. For example, in your state for the moment, it's not a problem. And here in Salvador, I really like here. I have a big house, and oh my, I'm sorry, my mother bring me coffee. So, like I said before, oh my gosh, uh, I think it's like a new lifestyle. For example, here in Salvador, I don't have any problem because it's a big state. In Bahia, yeah, it's a big state, and I live in a big house. But I think in the future that will change, that will happen a lot. For example, for with the persons living in São Paulo or in other downtown, for example. Yeah, I think it's that. I don't know if I answer, but it's just I just know about that. For me, I don't know about the demography or studies about population, but I think that's happened, and mainly because it's a new lifestyle. Yeah, it's so expensive, like I said before, to live in downtown. And maybe in Brasilia, it's okay. Yeah, depend of the financial condition. And for me, it's okay too to live in Salvador. Uh, but maybe in other countries it's so hard, yeah, because there are a lot of people and don't have a structure to maintain all the people living the same place.
Yeah, maybe, but about the challenge my day face. For example, I understand one thing. If I needed to move in the future to rural, I think maybe it's difficult for me because I need to about the technology. I understand the countryside. It's possible to use nowadays the technology, no, but I'm not sure about the have a lot of story close to me. Maybe it's difficult, no? What do you think? You don't you one time do you think about this? Oh my gosh, I want a calm life, yeah, life quality of my life, but it's difficult to go at the store, the bakery, for example, the pharmacy, the drugstore. It's not close to you and in emergency, for example.
For me, I think that will change too. It's not like to live in away and just you. I think that's necessity will grow up. Yeah, that's kind of shopping will grow up too. And yeah, I just think don't have space in the small in downtown for to live with quality of life. But I think the companies and shopping, for example, drugstore, yeah, will move too. But we have more, there are more space or more. Yeah, I think it's not to live alone or for way. Yeah, it's not like in the downtown, of course, because here we have a lot of options. Yeah, opportunity to to, for example, or to order a different food, like a Japanese food or Mexican food. Of course, it's not like that, but I think it's possible to, yeah. For example, yeah, I think it's that. But I totally agree with you. It's like to be afraid to just live alone and don't have any assistance of, yeah, of the company.
Exactly. In the first moment, I think only this. No, but maybe it's the moment in my life, no, because I love this because I'm a active person. I have sons, so they need the study, and so maybe that's it. And your opinion, Yanka?
Well, I agree with Belle in some parts. Most of the that she said. Let me read the question again. Well, thinking about what challenges they might face, I think the public service is a big problem because you have to have access to postinho, to some public policies, some public services that are essential for us. I'm thinking about health mainly. Access to the internet. It's funny because my mom lives in São Roque, it's a countryside of São Paulo, and she had internet just in 2018, I think. And I have internet a long time, but she have this kind of access of Wi-Fi and things like that just in 2018 or things like, yes, maybe in this time. So I think some things take a time to get in there, to get in the rural places, like public service, like technology, like us, like yeah, a role of things. And I think very much too about job opportunities because living in grew up in there, I see a lot of young people migrating from the countryside, from the rural areas to the urban place, looking for job opportunity. I was one of them. I migrated to looking for student opportunities. So the offer of job, it's a challenge that this family might face. But I think, to me, I grew up in there, and I think that's a good place to have children. But you have reason, Bruna, when you said about schools, about structure to raise your child. But it's a different kind of turn a person, I think. You have the opportunity to grow up with other elements around you, with nature, with peace, with less violence. I think I went to São Paulo this weekend. It was terrible. And now I see Campinas as a countryside because São Paulo is a big city, it's a big town. And looking to Campinas, I think it's a countryside, yes, comparing Campinas with São Paulo. And I am afraid of raising a child in São Paulo. I'm very afraid of it. So thinking about just São Paulo, I don't live in Brasilia. Maybe I think it's different. As I know just that weather in Brasilia is so without water in the air.
Dry, yeah, exactly. But now it's running.
I don't know how it will be in Brasilia, but in São Paulo, I would prefer to raise my children in the countryside than in the big cities, I think. because of the violence. I know that in the big cities we have more structure for raise our child, but about life, about contact with the nature, about peace, about time, I think it will be good to me in the countryside, in the rural areas. But
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
a plan.
Yeah, maybe the people, the style life that someone shows to live in rural. I think it's the older people and those who are already retired, no? Because they don't need to find out a job or it's terrible to say the finish the life deadline that deadline deadline life maybe so that's it. So and about the economy, in what way could the immigration trend impact the economy of both rural urban and rural areas? I think I'm not sure how much it impact the urban area. For example, we have the develop here and you continue. And like I said, I think the people that go to the rural, the countryside, I think it's more the retired person. No, I'm not sure, but don't so it's don't affect a lot. It's not impact a lot the economy. I'm not sure about this information. What you think about Bianca? Do you have the specific statistic about this?
No, I am a demographer, but I study job market and education. I don't study migration. I don't like migration very much, actually, because it's very hard to measure the people that get into the place and people that get out of the place. It's difficult. But let me see if I understand the question. Belle, could you answer? Because I think I didn't understand the question yet. I'm sorry.
So I will try. Sometimes I have problem about that, but I think that strength will impact a little about the economy. But I think the rural area will be more influencer by that migration. I think the rural area or countryside will grow up, yeah, a little. It's not like downtown, but will grow up because need to give assistance. Like Bruna, you request a drugstore or a school, yeah. So I think that will grow up. There are new companies in that space for attend. I think it's not the name for for to be useful for the new population. Yeah, and I think maybe yeah just rural area, the urban area. I think it's not will be a problem. Yeah, the big companies, the movement, restaurants, a lot of shops will be in that space in the urban area. And yeah, I think it's that will happen, like I said, but it's not like all the persons that live in downtown will move for the rural area. But it's like a trend, yeah, maybe in the future. But for the moment, it's like a new trend. It's like a new lifestyle. It's like a opportunity to use that space and receive feedback if it's good or not for a lifestyle or health. Yeah. Yeah. I think is
Yeah,
that will impact it more in the rural area. Like will grow up a little. Yeah.
yeah, maybe it's possible. I think it's maybe it's necessary, no? when you have this movement, you need to develop this area to support these people, this situation maybe. I agree with you. And you, Yanka, what do you think? Maybe do you understand the questions about the economy?
Yeah, now I understand. Thank you. Yeah, and I agree. I think about this trend of going out to the big cities to the rural areas. I think we have to think about the resources, the public resources to these small cities, because well, we have to provide some public services, I think. So some places yet isn't having a good street, for example. I don't know how can I say asfaltada, but don't have a good street to walk. Some places there are streets with terra, yet bad illumination too. Some places haven't illumination in some areas because it's rural areas. For example, again in São Roque, in there we have the Cinturão Verde. So we see many plantations in big space with many plantations of vegetables. It's beautiful to see. It's so beautiful. I'm in love with the rural areas, in fact, because it's so beautiful. But having to public service as a street, as public illumination, as public service. So I think it will be great to think about it, resources to improve the quality of life. We are thinking about life quality, but I think it will be great have more resources to improve it, in fact, this life quality, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if I answered, but
great. So nice. So let's go the next questions. Can you read, Belle? Answer for us, please, about your future children.
Of course. What are the potential benefits and drawbacks for children growing up in rural settings compared to urban environments? Yeah, I think uh, the children will have contact with nature. Yeah, maybe it's more, there are more securities because nowadays it's so hard. The children live in downtown or urban environments. Yeah, I think we can provide for that kind of children that live in rural area um, more freedom, yeah, to learning something and more freedom in general because don't have a lot of violence and maybe have a contact with nature. And yeah, I think it's that. I think it's the potential benefits nowadays. And I remember in my childhood, it's possible. I don't live in a rural area, but it's not a downtown, and it was possible to have fun with my friends on the street. Yeah, at the night, I don't have any problem. Like nowadays, I prefer stay at home. I'm not a children, of course, but I prefer stay at home, and um, it's so hard to go at the night for some place. I'm not feel secure. Yeah. So I think is that the violence and will be uh, yeah, the violence or security. Yeah, the security it's and will provide more freedom for the children. Yeah, I think is that more
Yeah,
freedom.
about the live close to the nature. I think it's so nice the idea, no? Here in Brasília, we close Pirinópolis, so it's possible to go there to enjoy the how do you say this? Falls, quedas, cachoeiras. That's it. And
Waterfall. Yeah,
waterfall,
I think.
waterfall.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
And
cachoeira. Yeah,
thank
I
you.
think.
So I think it's a great moment, but I understand that the parents want to offer it this for your sons, no, your children. Because if I don't like this, it's impossible to offer it this for my sons. And what else?
Yeah.
Um,
You mentioned the just for complete, I think you mentioned the main point for me. It's a experience. Yeah, when the children have a freedom, there is more experience in your life. Yeah. Nowadays it's so hard because the children just live in apartment, just go for the school. Yeah. Go out of your house and go for the shopping. It's just like that. It's just uh, close place. Yeah, I think it's that. I don't know the name, but it's not so good for your health, mental health, or your when you need to listen or learning something about the nature.
yeah, I think it's possible to develop other skills in the when you have the new experience, no? I agree with you. And here I have two sons, and that's it. All the time they play video game. It's hard. Maybe today it's possible they go at the square to play basketball, for example, and with the make a friend. I think it's very important, no? And in the countryside, I think it's possible to make new friends too. That's it. And your opinion, Yanka?
Well, Bell talked about the benefits, and I was thinking about the drawbacks because I agree with you about the benefits. I think I am very romantic about the rural area, so I'm not a trusty person to talk about it. But thinking about the distance of the things, schools is so far away from your house. I had the luck of living near from my school, but I had some friends that had to walk and take bus to go into the school, and it was hard to have this access of basic things like schools, good schools. But the public schools in there, to me, was very nice. The quality of the schools, the professors were so qualified. I think we had a few students per class. Isn't like the urban place with 40 people in the class. It was maybe 20, 30 in the maximum. But yeah, and I think places too to have activities. In São Roque, we have Brasital, that was a good place with cultural activities for the children. So I think this kind of service is good too, because there are some places with remote access. So have this kind of place offering cultural activities for the child, for the children to develop some skills. I learned to play violin in there. Nowadays, I don't play violin anymore. But when I was a child in the rural area, I have this opportunity, for example. Yeah. So, but a challenge that I see too is get used to the urban life after when you grow up. I went to Campinas when I was 17. So I grew up in there in rural areas. And when I came to Campinas, it was other life, other people, other I had to learn how living here because it's so different. I had to learn again how to live in society, basically. It was difficult, but it's the drawbacks, I think. I just think I tried to think about it.
And the benefits for you that you live a long time, no, 17, you said 17 years.
Yeah,
So, and the benefits, what do you think?
all all the benefits that Belle said, I think. The quality of life, close with the nature, have plays in the street with my friends without shoes, with the food in the terra, more freedom. I think I was a free child. Nowadays, I would like to be free as I was when I was a child.
Yeah,
But it's different.
completely. And do you believe advancement in technology play a role in facilitating this shift toward rural life? I think yes. Because, for example, I it's impossible to paint to think that I'm moving to rural area countryside without technology, without internet nowadays. I understand that it's impossible because I need and for example the homework and it's possible the possibility to work at home. I think it's so nice and you need the technology to do this, no? I think it's help a lot to this movement. And what do you think about Bell?
Yeah, I all the time when I have a conversation, I like to talk about the technology, yeah, because it's a reality and change our life nowadays. But yeah, I totally agree, like I said before, that's new trend that persons moving from the downtown or urban area for the rural area. It's because it's possible to live in the countryside and use internet. Of course, it's not the best internet, but it's possible. Yeah, we have a technology for that. So yeah, I think that the technology influencer that's new lifestyle because it's possible. There are some persons that important persons that live in rural area. It's not it's not rural area because, like Bianca said, maybe Campinas it's like a rural area. It's not rural area, but in compare, for example, São Paulo. Yeah. So it's the new trend that I mentioned. It's like just don't live in downtown or one city that have a lot of persons or
Traffic.
companies or shopping. Yeah. So, like I said before, I know a lot of persons that have the same purpose in your life that will living in another place, a calm place, and in rural area, and use your computer, your internet to continuous work or yeah, planning your day. It's like I have one person on my family. That person bought a farm, and it's not so far from the city in Fortaleza, but it's like 20 minutes or 30 half hour go to the city, yeah. And that person just planning your day that need to move for the city and make a groceries, yeah, buy the groceries and go to the make appointment with a doctor, and yeah, it's like have a plan, but when you return you're passing your all the month just work using the computer, yeah. And because that person just work um, writing, yeah. So it's possible because that person have an internet, yeah, in your home. It's not the best internet, but it's possible to live or work, yeah. So I think the technology, it's a benefit in that case. That person have the purpose to live in the rural area, yeah. And but it's depend of the lifestyle. Maybe for the people have an like a teenager or just enter in the company or in the mercado de trabalho, it's important to have experience that to live in downtown and feeling the skin, yeah, put your skin in the game, yeah. Uh, but I think the technology it's facilitated that trend for moving for the rural area.
Yeah, it's complicated, maybe no, because we have advantage and the disadvantage, benefits and the drawback, like we all said in the last questions. Because
Sorry,
we
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
Because I understand, for example, I want to move it for the rural area because I want a calm life, maybe, And when you have the internet, the technology all the time in my life, I understand it's a problem too. Because, for example, it's possible nowadays I move for a countryside, for example, and continue my son continue to study because we have the technology, continue to play the video game and don't change the life, don't replace the quality of life because all the time the tech. I understand. I of course about the traffic, of course, it's the violence. It's completely different. But about the technology, this overwhelmed the mental health, for example, it's complicated, because you continue to use the internet, the technology. That for me, that's why I all the time I'm tired because I'm using every day and all day the technology. I work in front of the computer, so all day, the every day. So it's terrible for my mind, for my mental health. Yeah, I understand like this. No. So go ahead. Do you want to tell something? Well,
No, it's
no.
not about that. Sorry, because I talk before you told, but it's not about that. It's because you said something like, "Oh, we have benefits and disadvantage." Yeah, but it's like I said before. It's like a lifestyle. So the persons will. It's our option. Yeah, the persons will change your lifestyle, and maybe that new lifestyle will bring benefits for your life. Yeah, it's just for that. Maybe this will happen with the persons have more age. It's not like a senior, but yeah, it's not an old person, but my soul it's like an old person. So for me, now.
Your mic off. Your mic
Oh,
off.
oh, oh my gosh.
You said
Was
you're so old.
Yeah, so it's not like old persons, but like me in the future, I in my mind I will want to be moved for the countryside. But nowadays I know I need to be here. I need to be here and to be attent. Yeah, I think it's the word about the all the news and the technology, and I think it's important for building myself. But in the future, I just want to be calm. Yeah, in the calm space, calm place.
Okay. And your opinion, Yanka?
Listening to you, I was thinking about apps, uh, applications like iFood, like Uber, like this kind of technology that is important to us. And in the countryside, in the rural areas, it's so difficult. When I visit my mom, I want to ask to order some things in the delivery and don't work. In there, we don't have iFood, we don't have Uber, we don't have Z Delivery, we don't have this kind of app that facilitates our life in here in the urban areas. And to me it's difficult because sometimes you don't want to cook, you don't want to. In here we have another mind, I think, of this access that technology offered to us, and in there is different, it's completely different. You have to think different, you have to plan yourself for the things you are going to do in that place. So I was thinking about this kind of technology, this technology that facilitates some parts of our life. And then there is taking an Uber, it's difficult. You depends on the bus, and the bus pass just one bus per hour, if you are lucky.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just can I talk? I know the time is over, but
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I have one reflection about that because I totally understand you, Bianca, and I never live in a countryside, and I know there are places have that. It's not a problem, but it's like it's really different from the downtown or big cities. But what you said, it's like to live in the past, yeah? Because my mother lived without that facility, yeah? Do you can you recognize that? So for me, it's like we are accustomed to live like that. We use the smartphone all the time and to order food and different apps and have a lot of benefits using that. But I know it's because the new lifestyle, the lifestyle of the society, accustomed with that, yeah. But my mother, my grandmother, the people in the past live without that. Can you realize that? It's not I totally agree with you, of course, but it's just a reflection. Yeah, because nowadays it's like a rule use that, but maybe it's just because the other persons have the that access, and when you live in the countryside, it's not possible to use. I totally agree with you. It's a benefit. It's amazing when I want to order a Japanese food or Mexican food. It's so easy. In 1 hour, I want my meals in my house. Yeah, it's so incredible. But it's really interesting when you think about that. It's like to live in the past. Yeah.
Yes, every time I said it's difficult when you know when you have the knowledge and you know you have the experience and the being without it's a problem, no? Like you said, Belle. If I don't have it's
Yeah.
okay, but now you know I know about this app, for example, it's a facility
Yeah.
of my life. And oh my gosh, we don't have now. It's a
Yeah.
problem.
It's
No?
like it was created. That's happened in the other place, like the downtown or big cities. So it's like I miss something that you have for the moment, but nowadays you don't have. But in the past, anyone have that kind of facility. Yeah, it's like it's just because the society's changed, the economy changed the society. So of course it's like I said before, it's a big benefit for us because other persons use that facility. Yeah, that's benefits, but it's a good reflection for me. Yeah, because all the time the society, the population grow up in your try grow up in your quality of life. Sometimes it's not so grow up, but it's a yeah, the improvement is for that. Yeah, to enhance the quality of life.
Bianca, can you talk something about this? No, it's okay for you?
It's okay. It was a good reflection. Yeah.
That's it. So the time's over. So thank you so much, Bianca. Welcome for this platform. And every 6 a.m. you will have the immersions here. You are welcome. That's it. Bell, it's hosted here too. Friday,
And
7
Friday,
a.m.
7 a.m. Yeah.
So it's nice immersions. I invited
Come.
you.
Yeah, Bianca, coming. That's Friday, 7 a.m. If you, it's possible,
You
participate.
want. Yes, and that's it. Thank you so much for the moment. I love to practice English at the time, and especially with the smart girls. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.
Thank
Thank you, guys.
you.